Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ripple Effect. And we're swimming up a waterfall to get above the storage room because Carl thinks he's slick. He decided to put chicken note block machines above my storage room. Like I wouldn't find it after I heard the first note block. So I came up here and murdered all the chickens. Because he was torturing them anyways and they made better meat. So... yeah, we're gonna go ahead and break all this, though I do like the note blocks. I like note blocks for building blocks more than I do their actual purpose. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up real quick, and then I'll bring you guys back and we can start talking about what we're gonna work on this episode. Alright guys, so we're gonna be working on the mountain a bit. Mainly fleshing out a couple natural areas, I should say. I've went ahead and marked here. Suze immediately just woke up as soon as I started talking. Yeah, we're gonna flatten this area out a bit to bring in another plateau. I really want to get some more of those around there. I'm also noticing, like, the plan was to have buildings wrapping around all over this thing, and I've done one building. Two, I guess, if you count Fisherman's Cove. So I need to get working on that somehow. I'm just not finding good ways to fit things, so I might have to change the plan up just a little bit. But yeah, what I want to do real quick is flatten this area out, get it looking decent, and then we'll come back when it comes to decoration. And then next on the list is I figured out what I'm going to do in between the lighthouse and the mountain. So if you remember last week, I mentioned Omni had talked about putting a staircase here going up. I'm not going to do it on this side. I'm actually going to wrap it this way, so you'll either go diagonally into the lighthouse, which will get you over to the docks we're going to work on later, or you can come next to the lighthouse and have a staircase going up. So that'll help blend everything, and it's going to be a natural one, so it's going to be rocks and stone and stuff like that. So yeah, let me get over there, start flattening and putting some grass down, and then we'll come back. All right guys, I've got a rough layout how the plateau is going to look. It's okay. This little grass section's not very good. Obviously, it's super plain. And then I had an idea to put a skull here. Now, my only worry is that it might make this area a little bit too busy. I mean, we've got this new rock formation, which is cool. We've got the lighthouse right there. We got the entrance right there. And then we're going to put a skull right there. It's like, it might be too much, but the skull is not very big. I think it'll fit actually perfectly right there. That's why I was thinking about putting it there. So we're going to jump into a time lapse. I'm going to build it real quick and we'll see if it works. And then maybe finish out the way this looks with some grass and leaves and stuff. All right, Skull Plateau is done, and for some reason I now have to cough. There we go. I like it. It's originally I had it way more overgrown with a lot more flowers, and I was even trying to make one of these dripstone trees, and then I kind of backed out because it felt too cluttered. I'm so worried about this section being way too cluttered that I ended up tearing a lot of it down. What the heck? I knew I felt something. I was like, what hit me? Omni, you crazy walrus. But yeah, if you check the skull out from this side, it actually looks really good. So I'm really excited to be working on this section real quick. I'm not sure where it's going to lead to. Maybe we'll have a second level wrapping around the back. because originally it was meant to get to the sails, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. But we might do like a second level of houses and buildings towards the back. But right now, I think the front of this base is all but done. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to see what the walrus wants and work on laying out the stair path. And then we'll come back and start putting in some details and stuff. All right, guys, where we left off, this railing wasn't in. I just threw that together because I realized I was overflowing in spruce. But where we left off was the stairs. There's not going to be any stairs. So trying to work out the stairs, especially trying to make them loop back to here, didn't feel right, didn't look right. Then I had the idea of doing a tunnel through the storage room. Because of how the storage room's laid out, it didn't work. And then I thought about making another plateau over here. Now, the second plateau will probably happen. So if you guys remember, this is the docks. We're actually going to be lowering the docks to closer water level and building the docks out that way. That will still happen. But I need to come up with a good overhang, and I figured a natural plateau overhang might look a lot cooler. So we'll figure something out there. But if we come around the backside, remember I never finished the backside of the lighthouse because I wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen right here. And now we're starting to finally see that. There's that little tiny plateau we just built where there was going to be a staircase. So we're finishing that out. If you guys saw, we had the door to the lighthouse on the other side done. So we're going to have the door over here. Also, I'm probably going to work and do some interior work in the lighthouse today. Also, I'm thinking about putting a map there. That might be pretty cool. So we'll do that. And then we'll work on how we're going to get from here over to this way and probably go ahead and finally lower the docks to the correct level so we can go ahead and start moving on this side of the base. So I'm pretty excited about that. But I want to go ahead and get that thing textured. Basically, I want the front of the base to be fully textured, which means I need to build a ton of campfires, get some more spruce trapdoors and signs to do right here. But yeah, we gotta do the campfire effect we did over on Fisherman's Cove over here, and then we'll do some interior work on the lighthouse next. But yeah, let me get to work and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, I've got the exterior pretty much caught up to where I'd like it to be. We have 3 stacks of campfires, basically all laid out. I've actually added a little bit more railing just to, it felt a little empty, so I added some more. Let's just put it that way. I've also wrapped around this way. You can see we've done more texturing all the way through here. We've textured that small little hillside right there. And I've begun work in here. Now, I've got this section lowered out right here because I would like to make this a map floor. That being said, I don't like updating maps. Proof. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait to the end of the episode till I do that. But this is just kind of giving you guys a preview of essentially what it's gonna look like. But yeah, I'd like to do some more work in here. We need to get a ceiling in. I'm thinking dark oak would go really good with the ceiling. This feels a little plain on the inside. On the exterior, I think it looks really good. And then we have to mimic that over this way. And I think what I'm going to do is just a bridge that kind of lowers down to this little sandbar right here. I don't want it at that height and to continue on. I like it to go ahead and lower down. Essentially, I'm going to pick a spot over there and then try to figure out a way to weave some wood that way, and we'll have to go from there. But yeah, let me get a ceiling on in here, lay out what I think will be a good direction for this bridge, and then we'll come back. I really want to make this room a bit useful, so we'll see what we can figure out. All right, ceiling is in place. I'm liking it. We still have no decoration in this room. just yet. Still trying to figure out its purpose. But I do have this little bridge coming down to here. It's not done, obviously, because I'm not sure how I'm going to link it up with the docks yet. I know I want the docks to basically almost be at the same level as this right here. So I might just continue around and then do kind of what I did over between Fisherman's Cove and the beach area, where we have some rocky mountain rocks, what words, some pointed stone in this area. There we go. Yeah, I'm really liking this. It's a very rough cut right now. I still need to do the signs and the trapdoors. Also, we need to do some texturing down there. And let me make sure, every time I've dropped in here so far lately, I've got a trident up the bum. I'm not too happy about that. But we've got our lights in, our sea lanterns. Could probably use one more, but I'll wait till I have this section figured out. But right now, I kind of want to concentrate on doing the interior in here. I'm thinking about doing what we did in the tree farm, where we had a bunch of like storage shelves and little decoration blocks. I know I mentioned I wanted this room to be kind of useful. It's just not able to happen. If I were to store anything useful in here, I'd have to come out the bays, come over here and grab it. It's not like I'm going to be fitting a farm underneath this, and really this would probably be the only wall I could do redstone behind. And I probably could fit some redstone in here, but not enough. So we're not going to worry about that. We're gonna deck it up like we did the tree farm, and we'll be right back. All right, interior done, and I'm thinking I'm starting to get better at interiors. It's not bad, and it is kind of functional. If I really wanted to store stuff in here, I could. I really could, but I don't think I will. So yeah, at least it looks good. Again, I still haven't done the map. I'm going to try to save that for the end of the episode, because I'm not sure if I want to work this way. Oh yeah, and I put campfires here too, so we're good here. I'm not sure if I want to go ahead and lower this now. So when I finished there, I spent the next 2-3 hours working out how I want to do the next phase, which is just basically me looking at the area and kind of drawing it on a piece of paper and figuring out where things are going to go, what. And I'm thinking where we have this line of netherrack is actually a good marker, because I want the top of a natural plateau to sit right there. Hang on. Yeah, so the top of a natural plateau to sit there, and it's gonna extend almost to the length of this dock, relatively close to that, and it'll probably tuck in to about right here, maybe a little further down. I didn't want to break that, but yeah. So that's a big build, and I'm trying to get this episode out because it's already about 3 days late as it is. So I'm not sure if that's what we're gonna do, or if there's something smaller I can go ahead and work on to get us through this episode, and we can go ahead and start on that next episode. But give me a bit to review my times and stuff, and I'll see where we're at. All right, guys, so it is that time of the episode when we need to go ahead and call it quits, but I went ahead and updated the map. Look how cool that looks. Obviously, the back doesn't look that great because we haven't gotten there yet, but I need to figure out what to do here. I'm not really sure. This island, where we had all of our villagers and stuff early in the season, we're just going to rip that out. That's going to be gone. I have a cool idea for a little like north, south, east, west compass down towards the bottom, so that'll be cool. Maybe we start placing some random ships around here. That might be really nice. But yeah, I'm enjoying where the base is going. It feels more complete every week. I mean, I remember finishing the lighthouse and you still had to walk through all this unfinished mountain terrain. It was just like, yay, I've got this new thing here, but and then I finished the mountain terrain, and then I come over here, and then you'd have this hollow thing that I knew I was gonna have to walk through at some point, and man, it looks good. I feel really, really good about this, and I'm hoping it turns out the same way coming through this way, because this is definitely bare. Compared to really the rest of the entire mountain. It's also one of the larger areas we can work with. So I want to try to maybe push some building here as much as we can. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. We're getting into the nitty gritty of the base, and I hope you guys are enjoying. But like always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.